Unit 2, 5th grade for Murfreesboro City Schools. This is 5.NBT.6. And we're going to start with a piece of literature. We've got a book, Cheetah Math. And we're going to look at these little tigers that were born at the San Diego Zoo. And this is the story of their young lives. And they're also talking about cheetah math, learning about division from baby cheetahs. So in the introduction, they talk to you about the cheetahs and their early life. And then they start with all kinds of math, and it's all division on the left side of the page. And on the right side of the page, you can read the kids the story about the cheetahs and how they're sharing the milk. You know, they have 18 ounces in 2 equal shares, and each little cheetah gets 9 ounces. Now, for today's lesson, we're going to flip over and we're going to talk about yummy meat. When the cubs were older, they stopped drinking milk and ate more meat. Together, the 2 cheetahs ate 44 ounces of meat, okay, in a day. How many ounces did each cheetah eat? So that's what we're going to talk about. They have 44 ounces of meat. So let's show with base 10 blocks, just like we used with multiplication in our earlier video. So I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 44 ounces, and we know that we have 2 cheetahs. So I'm going to do 2 rows with because I know I have 2 rows. I don't know how many in each row. This is my unknown, okay? I know this. I know the 44 in the middle, okay? So I know this, so I'm going to take my 44 and divide it into 2 rows. And we've got that question mark up there of how many in each row. So once they do it with the base 10 blocks, they've got it. Let's look at this and draw a picture of it, okay? Draw a picture of it here. So I've got my 2, all right? And I see I have a 10 here, okay? I've got a 10 here, and I've got a 2 here. And a lot of times we like to think about this as putting the 2 10s together, and I've got 22 ounces per cheetah, okay? So let's look at, I'm going to move this up here, okay, so we can have more room to write. Let's think about 44 divided by 2, and let's think about using partial quotient. Let's think about distributive property. Let's look at that. One of the things the book tells us to do, they said divide the 10s, which is my 40, divided by 2. Decomposing this 44 into a 40 and a 4, okay? Divided by 2. Okay, so now we've got our 40 divided by 2 gives me my 20. See my 20 right here? 4 divided by 2 gives me my 2 with my quotient of my 22. And we are looking at the 2, 44 divided by 2. We're not decomposing the 2. We're decomposing the 44, all right? Now, if you will go to the teaching channel and listen to the video called Reasoning About Division, they talk about decomposing the dividend, but not the divisor, all right? Not the divisor. So let's think about going and looking at that, and let's look at one more way to show this problem, okay? All right, if I've got it, we've got my 2 here, and if I've got my 40 and my 4. And of course here I've got my 20 and my 2. 2 times 20 gives me my 40. 2 times 2 gives me my 4. I've decomposed my 40 into a 44 into a 40 and a 4. All right? So that's one thing with our book. All right? Let's take a second look. Another thing they want us to do with the division standard is to think about remainders, because everything like the yummy meat, it doesn't turn out exactly, doesn't turn out exactly even. And kids realize this, they know that everything's not even. So let's take the division problem. 71 divided by 3. So let's take our 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 71 divided into 3 rows. So I know I've got to have 3 rows over here. Okay, and I do think I'm going to turn it this way because I think we're going to have to be able to do our 3 rows this way. Okay. What do I need to do? I've got this 11 left over, so I am going to trade in my 110 for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, now I have my 11, and I'm going to put this up here, 71 divided by 3. This is my 3. Okay, we know my 71. We know the 3. We do not know, we know I've got 3 rows, but we do not know how much in each row until okay. All right. All right, so now I can see that I have 10. I have 10, and that's going to make a 20, right? It's going to make a 20, and then I have 3. So I've got 23, but look at here. I've got a remainder of 2. So I've got 23 with a remainder of 2. And kids, this is easy, and I love to do it with the base 10 blocks, all right? Now, Graham Fletcher does a wonderful video. He's got the progression of division, and this is somewhat like a task he has on his page, and he shows it like this, showing what we just built, taking it from concrete to pictorial. He does this. And of course, this is my 3. And then I've got my 10, and my 3. And then, of course, I've got my remainder of 2. That's my remainder, my 2 left over. You can draw pictures like this. What about repeated subtraction? That's another way to think about division. Let's start with our 71. And let's take away, we're taking away groups of 3. So that's one group of 3, okay? If I take 71, take away 3, I've got 68. Man, this is going to take me a long time. Like Graham says, this is going to take a long time. Can I take away 10 groups of 3? So let's do 10 groups. Well, 10 groups of 3 would be 30. That's going to make things go a lot faster. And now I have 38. Oh my goodness, I could take away another 10 groups of 3. Take away 30 again, leaving me with 8. All right, now I can't take away another 10, but I could take away 2 groups of 3. 2 groups of 3 would be 6. Okay, take away that 6. and I have 2, well, that's not any groups of 3. So I've got 10, 20, 22, 23. There's my 23 with a remainder of 2, another way to show it. Let's look at, since we've watched the teacher channel, Reasoning About Division, let's look at this. When I look at 71, and I'm thinking mental math, I want to decompose this 71 into 2 numbers that can easily be divided by 3. So I'm thinking, I know I could use a 60, and I know I could use a 9, giving me 69. Well, 70, 71, there's my 2 remainder because I can't use it all. So let's look at it this way. 60 divided by 3 and 9 divided by 3, okay? We've got my 20. 60 divided by 3 is 20. 9 divided by 3 is 3, okay? Do you see this in the other problems? I've got my 20 and my 3, okay? So that's going to be 23 plus, I didn't use all 71. I've got 2 remainder. I've got a remainder of 2, and that gives me my 23 remainder 2 again. And again, this is our Unit 2 NBT 6.